right, everybody. Good afternoon, and thank you for joining us. I'm honored to be here with some great community partners and our hardworking staff at Louisville Metro Government as well. Just lots of folks have come together to make these projects happen over the years, building up to this point, and so there's an exciting announcement here today. You know, as we take a look around at the city, one thing we've got to make sure that we always do, and that is to make sure that everybody in Louisville feels like they are connected to a bright and hopeful future and has the opportunity to realize their full human potential. That's how we define compassion in our city. And when you have a robust and growing economy, it really helps to build a culture of entrepreneurship and a business-friendly city. There's a lot going on in Louisville right now. Just in the past 4 years, $13 billion of capital investment in our city, 80,000 new jobs, 2,700 new businesses, and the economy since 2014 has lifted more than 20,000 Louisvillians out of poverty and has opened the door to 17,000 families to join the middle class. So it's not just the number of jobs, it's also the quality of jobs as well. So when you have that type of momentum, our job is to build on it and see how we can take it to the next level to make sure that everybody's along for the ride regardless of what neighborhood they come from. To do that, we got to make sure that we keep attracting new investment to worthwhile projects for our city. And we need to be sure that entrepreneurs in every zip code have equitable access to capital, which historically has been a challenge. That's important so they can grow their own businesses, renovate their own buildings, build wealth in their own communities, buy equipment, and create jobs. This need to attract more capital investment is particularly critical in neighborhoods that are struggling with the legacy of racist 20th century practices, government-sanctioned practices like redlining, like urban renewal, policies that literally rob generations of opportunity and wealth-building ability to many, many of our families and families all over the country. Addressing this challenge has been a key part of our administration from day one. You can see some of the results that we have in place right now to change that. We've got almost $1 billion of investment underway in West Louisville with 4 anchor projects. The redevelopment of Beecher Terrace, think about that as the eastwardmost project. Waterfront Phase 4 to the north, 18th and Broadway Renaissance to the south, and the track on Ali to the west. So think about those as 4 projects surrounding Russell and right in the middle of West Louisville, as well as catalytic investment projects for our city. And now we've got a new tool. Due a law that was recently passed by Congress, we can further attract investment into areas of our city that need it the most. And these are called opportunity zones. The Opportunity Zone Tax Incentive Program allows any investor to take their capital gains, so profits from investments, and reinvest that money in a qualified opportunity fund. These opportunity funds can receive support from local and national investors to put those dollars to work, invest in businesses and real estate and census tracts that have the potential to bring a positive return after years of historic disinvestment. We have 19 Opportunity Zone tracts in Louisville. So that includes downtown, our edge neighborhoods like Russell, Portland, California, Park Duval, Parkland, Shelby Park, Smoketown, Sobro, Nulu, and Butchertown. So basically think about downtown and radiating out from there to our edge neighborhoods. So by investing in projects and opportunities in these areas, an investor can receive tax breaks, the business or development gets much needed capital funding, and the city gets a boost to our revitalization efforts. And this new law incentivizes investors to be patient. It's the only way they can take advantage of the break. The tax break only begins at 5 years and are greatest for investments that remain in the fund for 10 years or more. And as we talk about these projects, I want to be really clear that we're only interested in creating responsible development that provides opportunity investment without the displacement of our citizens. As we're starting to see more investment in West Louisville now, some people are having concerns about gentrification. That is, the people that live here now won't be able to afford to live here in the future. Well, we will fight that with all of our might, and we will also work with investors that are interested in a social impact so that we can build income and we can build wealth for our existing residents. So looking forward to really exciting results in that area. So these opportunity funds can help small businesses, new housing developments throughout the city, or transformational projects like the project being led by the Louisville Urban League and Sadiqa Reynolds, with the Track and Ali being a multi-sport and learning complex that's being developed as we speak. Let's hear more about that and how the opportunity zones can help that project. Please welcome Sadiqa Reynolds, President of Louisville Urban League.
Thank you, sir. Hi, everybody. Well, this is so exciting. First of all, I cannot do anything without thanking the mayor for building $10 million in the budget for this phenomenal project. Sports and Learning Complex in West End is going to be an amazing anchor project that is going to bring other organic growth into that community, and that's exactly what we need. We need to be able to bring 20 to 30,000 people at a minimum with disposable income to really come into our part of the community, spend, and then thereby help us to grow all of these other amenities organically. And so I'm excited. I'm also very proud to be in a city that understands the challenges with gentrification and the need for us really to make sure that people who live there now are able to afford to stay in that part of the community, because so often it seems like when things begin to go right, we sort of get pushed out. And so I'm very, very thankful for the work of the city and helping to ensure that that does not happen. We are excited that the Sports and Learning Complex is going to be located, it is located in an opportunity zone. I can remember when I first took this job, the National Urban League invited me to DC, and I had a conversation with at least one senator about opportunity zones and what that might mean for Louisville. And so fast forward to be able to have this complex in an opportunity zone. And let me tell you, since we announced this project, we probably have had 3 different groups of investors give us a call about, you know, what they might be able to do once the regs are done. So this is really, really an exciting thing for us. This project, again, we really do believe is a catalyst for change. And the other thing that I think is important for me to say, wherever I go across the country, and I'm always talking about this project, people want to know what the city has been willing to invest. What is this, does the city care about it? Because if you're in a city where the government doesn't care, why should we? And so I'm always proud to be able to say that we have a $10 million commitment. But I know that being in an opportunity zone is going to help us close this deal so much faster, and I'm just really thankful for that. So just to summarize, I'm never going to be in front of a microphone and not talk about what the Sports and Learning Complex is. We're talking about a $35 million project on a 24-acre site that right now is a brownfield. So our kids aren't playing on it. We're not growing anything on it. It's just sitting there. We're going to clean that up. We're going to build an indoor track on a hydraulic floor that's going to drop. And so during track season, we'll have, you know, obviously track will be the anchor sport. But outside of track season, we'll have the opportunity for all kinds of other sports. So think about table tennis, think about fencing, which of course Central High School has an amazing fencing group over there. Think about soccer outside. Think about all the different things we might be able to do indoors. And I'd also like to tell people, when I went to New York to visit the Armory, they actually were hosting a robotics conference. So what we can do in this facility is really going to be amazing. And we're looking at 4,500 seats. So this is a real sweet spot if you think about what facilities we have now in our city versus what we'll have once the Sports and Learning Complex is done. So on behalf of the Urban League and most of West Louisville, I say all of West Louisville, I want to thank this city, and I'm very thankful that we are in and people lobbied for and got this project in an opportunity zone, because I think it's going to make all the difference in the world. So thank you all. Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you, Sadiqa. Appreciate that. Now, when you think about local incentives and combining those with opportunity funds, if we use local incentives, we'll look for opportunity funds that work to make a social impact by hiring and partnering with the people, the neighborhoods where the investment is targeted and will have the greatest impact. And that's why we're excited about a project called Russell, A Place of Promise. It's a national and local foundation partnership to show how to regenerate a traditionally underinvested neighborhood without displacement. So by that, we want to increase the percentage of black-owned homes in Russell, increase the percentage of black-owned businesses in Russell as well, and then also have a workforce skill development overlay on top of that. So that's possible because of local and national foundation support that we're getting. What we're going to demonstrate with Russell, because there's hundreds, if not thousands, of neighborhoods like Russell all throughout the country is how do you regenerate a neighborhood while we're growing local wealth, local income without displacement. And a super important partner with that is Anthony Smith. Anthony was our initial director for our Office for Safe and Healthy Neighborhoods, and now he's the National Chief Executive Officer for Cities United. Please welcome Anthony Smith.
So good afternoon, folks. What a great day to be in the historic Russell neighborhood to hear about these opportunity zones and this great experience that are happening now. As you all know, Russell has a long history of creating black excellence through its anchor institutions and through its people. And you heard the mayor talk a lot about how do we do real strategic and intentional investment without displacement of the people who have been here and the institutions who have held Russell down. So Russell, A Place of Promise, is really focused on that. How do we support the families who have always been a part of Russell and make sure that they get to take advantage of the investment and the growth and opportunities that are going to be coming down the pike? We want to make sure that the families who live here now have opportunity to not just live and thrive, but also invest. So when you hear Sadiqa and others talk about the investments that are coming in, how do we allow families to be a part of that conversation so that they can grow as the community grows as well? And we also see Russell as a gateway to the rest of the West End. And how do you get ahead of that as the West End grows? How do we make sure that the families who have been here, who have experienced what the mayor talked about through redlining and urban renewal, but now get the opportunity to really be a part of and lead the work? So we're spending a lot of time with community, making sure that community are informing our processes, helping guide our work and really walk us through the process so that they can really say what Russell looks like and feels like as we grow as a community together. So Cities United is super excited to be housed in Louisville, to partner with the mayor, to partner with Sadiqa and Yvonne and the other folks who you see here, and really think about how do we not just do this work here locally in Louisville, but how do we take it on a national scale? How does Louisville become the place where people point to and say they're getting it right, they're doing it right, and then we can follow their lead? So we're just super excited about that. And look forward to partnering with the mayor and the rest of the folks along the way as we continue to build this out. But we're super excited about partnering with the residents of Russell as they guide us and make sure that we are not doing work that they didn't want us to do, but we're doing work that they want to be a part of and that they want to see happen in their community for their families as they move forward. So again, thank you all for this opportunity. Thank you for the leadership of the mayor and his team and really thinking through this and being really innovative when we knock on the door and say we've got these ideas. The mayor and his team always says, yes, let's figure it out. And we really work hard at trying to make sure we get that stuff right. So Cities United is blessed to be in a city that thinks through processes and really think about the people in place and the communities that they live in. So we're just thankful to be a part of the conversation.
One West is, let's see, Yvonne, you've been here about a year, almost a year? 10 months. So One West is a critical part of our city in terms of regenerating West Louisville investment with all the assets that we have here. And we haven't had an entity like One West before, nor have we had a leader like Yvonne Smith who came to Louisville from North Carolina to help us figure out many of our redevelopment efforts. So please welcome Yvonne Smith, who's going to talk to us about One West and how they play with our Opportunity Zone strategy. Yvonne?
Good afternoon, everyone. I am super excited to be in Louisville, Kentucky. As the mayor likes to say, I was able to come and get on a moving train, which is very exciting. There was already significant investment being made, but the leaders from the 2014 Bingham Fellows class came together, and about 26 of them formed a board that decided that they would work with Metro and other community partners to determine the best practices and the best ways to impact West Louisville. Well, one of the first things they recognized is that they didn't know what they didn't know. So they needed to go out and talk with community residents and local business owners to find out what the community felt they needed. And as a result, they developed the Community Development Corporation that I am now heading, and we are very excited about the intentional investment that's being made by donors from across Louisville. So while we're focused on West Louisville, the entire West End, all 9 neighborhoods, and we're working with the leadership from those associations that represent those 9 neighborhoods, we're also getting a lot of investment of time, energy, and money from citizens from across Louisville. And so ultimately, this is going to benefit the city as a whole. And we're very excited about the investments that Metro has made. And under Mary Ellen, we've also been able to take advantage of numerous specialties that the city offers. And that's been just astronomical to our success. In terms of when you're talking about opportunity zone funds, and you've got to look at sites that may have significant environmental challenges, or you may have sites that are vacant and abandoned properties and need a significant amount of technical know-how. We're able to work in partnership with Metro and get a lot, and weed through a lot of the challenges, and that's significant. Because we also have for-profit developers on our board that tell us all the time, a lot of these challenges for-profit developers would not make the investment to remediate those challenges. And it takes a nonprofit that has the sustainability and the capability to do that. So we're here for the other nonprofits that are working on community economic development. We're here to bring resources to them and to work collaboratively with them and grow the West End in a very responsible and very helpful manner. And in that, I would say, making sure that the community's voice is first and foremost in everything that we do. So I'm excited to be here. I thank you, Mayor, for this opportunity. And the board of One West is very excited about the Opportunity Zone funding.
Thank you, Yvonne. Appreciate it. Congratulations. New grandmother. All right. That's fun. Okay, let's have a little example of how Opportunity Zone Fund or investment will work. I want to say a special thank you to Jake Brown with the Marion Group for hosting us here this afternoon. Jake and his team recently purchased a business and chose to move it right here to Vermont Avenue, which is in one of Louisville's Opportunity Zones. So, Jake, let us know what's going on.
Good afternoon. For over 20 years, my companies have created positive, impactful projects in West Louisville. Affordable single-family housing in Shawnee and Russell neighborhoods, the development and historic repurposing of the old Parkland School into a family scholar house in the Parkland neighborhood, the purchase and renovation of a 150-year-old warehouse in Portland that soon will become the home for the University of Louisville Master of Fine Arts and for anthropology, School of Anthropology. Today we are really proud to introduce another such investment, Blacksmith Ironworks. You see our beautiful new sign behind us here. It's our fabrication and custom metal solutions business, representing a $750,000 investment that will include at least 16 employees by the end of next year. We are excited to be expanding into the Russell neighborhood, a neighborhood, as the mayor and many of the speakers have talked about, that has incredible growth and momentum going right now. All of this came about because our team at Marion took a hard look at a part of our business that was ripe for investment and expansion. Our team made a decision and a commitment to do just that. The result of which is this, the new Blacksmith Ironworks. I'd like to thank Mayor Fischer, the team at Louisville Forward, all of the folks represented behind me, dedicated Metro Council leaders like Councilwoman Hamilton, who early on understood the importance of the opportunity zones and the ability to give neighborhoods another tool to continue to compete, grow, and thrive. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Jake. Okay, so think about the Opportunity Zones. We're kind of toward the western portion of it when you come out of downtown. Then on the east side, we have the soccer stadium district that's also an Opportunity Zone. Now, we just also happen to have a finalist for the championship of USL. We were there last year. We won. So we want to get the entire city out on Thursday night to support Louisville City again. That's kind of coincidental to why we're here today, but I know we're all big Louisville City fans. But Mike MOUNTJOY, who's one of the partners of Louisville City, here to say a few words about how the stadium district and Opportunity Zones can work together. Mike MOUNTJOY.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Yes, I do want to thank the mayor for his effort in being sure that the Butchertown area, the Louisville City Stadium district, if you will, was in the opportunity zone, which gives us the ability to consider opportunity funds and the completion of that development over the time in the future. So we're very happy about that. We'll consider that as a tool that we'll use. You know, as a CPA in the room, I kind of understand the tax benefits of these opportunity zones, and I will tell you they're significant. And you know, our One West group will take full advantage of the opportunity zones to really bring the capital that we need to build out all of these projects that we have available. So we're happy that the Butchertown site is included. We're happy that all of these sites in Louisville are included in these opportunity zones to create this capital that we so sorely need here in Louisville and in the state. But I must say that, you know, I'm wearing my hat here. I'm actually selling your professional soccer team final game in the finals of the USL Thursday night. So come out to Lynn Stadium, watch us play Phoenix. I will tell you, we were in pretty heady company. The last 4 teams standing in the USL were New York, L.A., Phoenix, and your city, Louisville, Kentucky. So we will be the last team standing after Thursday night. Thank you.
All right, it's a great, fun time if you haven't been out there. Okay, just a couple closing remarks here on some of the details around this. So Metro government is working closely with community stakeholders and our state and federal government partners to position ourselves so that we can attract these dollars. So we're releasing our new Opportunity Zone prospectus. So that's what this is. This is actually a paper copy versus you can find all this online. And we're going to share it with investors around our country to promote Louisville as a great place to invest. So the prospectus highlights potential projects like Louisville Gardens, which we'd love to see as one of these projects. The land around Waterfront Park Phase 4, when you think about what's happened to Waterfront Park on the east side, we anticipate that's going to happen on the west side. Logan Street Market. So you can see this prospectus at louisvilleky.gov. Just click on that and you'll see it. A big thank you to Mary Ellen Wiederwall and her team at Louisville Forward. Eric Burnett, Rebecca Fleischaker with us today. Months and months have gone into this project, and we just got a really great, innovative team here that we're nationally recognized now. I know the past 3 years. We'll probably get it again this year for excellence in the work that we're doing on economic development. So we're working with all kind of folks to promote our opportunity zones, and what Louisville Forward can give businesses and investors a couple different things. One is providing concierge service and project management to Louisville Forward clients, connecting them with public and private resources to support the projects, offering maximum incentives for projects in CDBG eligible census tracts, which include opportunity zones, so that can make the investments especially attractive. They'll work closely to accelerate any entitlement or permitting processes. So our planning and permitting staff, which is part of the Louisville Forward team, will work hand in glove with businesses and investors, ensuring a smooth and quick process to construction. So we have a reputation as being very streamlined in this area. And so because of that work, Louisville was chosen as one of 3 cities invited to participate in the Accelerator for America program to produce this prospectus, which we're using to promote the city and opportunities all across the country. Also, I am serving as the chair of the Council on Metro Economies in the New American City, which is the economic research arm of the United States Conference of Mayors. And in that role, I've helped advise mayors all around the country on this process and developing a prospectus and how to market your opportunities. And then also, I recently helped lead a small group of mayors in a meeting in Washington with Treasury Secretary Stephen Mnuchin to push for regulations that we believe that would be most beneficial for the cities of our country. So we got a lot going on locally and nationally. There's going to be many, many good things that take place with these opportunity zones. And I'm particularly interested in everybody when we can have ideas on how to build local income and local wealth. So we can have a model neighborhood in Russell that we can show off for the rest of the country. So this opportunity zone is a new tool for us. In many cases, we've got momentum underway, so this is just going to build on top of that momentum. So this is what you like to see. It's a great win for our citizens, our neighborhoods, and the future of our great city here in Louisville, Kentucky. All right, everybody, thanks for coming out today.